Joining us now, Joe DiGenova. He's not a half talent. He's the most talented man here, let's face it.
And he probably appreciated the national anthem being sung in such a respectful way.
Yes, that was a killer note. What did you think, Joe, of the game last night?
Well, the game was pathetic, and Renee Fleming, the opera singer, was spectacular. She's one of the great talents in America.
She is. I loved her. Listen, let's turn to some issues here in the D.C. Fire Department. That we've been following this story. I'm sure you have too. And now the lieutenant in question here, the lieutenant who actually is in the center of this investigation over how this man died across the street from a fire station. She has submitted her papers for resignation so that she could get her retirement. She's a 28-year veteran, and she wants to, start collecting her pension in the middle of this investigation. Is the city obligated to accept her resignation?
Probably not. They probably can take their time and process the paperwork and actually suspend the processing of the paperwork in order to ensure that she is an employee during any period where discipline might be appropriate, which certainly seems likely in this situation, whether it's against her or somebody else. She's the senior officer and therefore is responsible. So my guess is they're not going to be processing her retirement papers in a timely fashion.
Oh, so how's this thing going to be resolved then, in your estimation? I mean, it seems like to me the family certainly has got a pretty good case here if they wanted to take it forward.
Well, they're going to have plenty of lawyers willing to represent them in this thing. So this was clearly not handled properly. The explanations just don't make any sense, and they're clearly post hoc rationalizations of very, very poor service which occurred at that time. And there's a part of this story that just doesn't make any sense if you're looking at it as an observer and the way fire departments and rescue services are supposed to work. But as you know, the emergency services for the city have been in disarray for a number of years, going all the way back to the Barry administration, several of them, through various other administrations. And as you know, there was the incident in Northwest where the gentleman who had been hit in the head was not treated properly and was treated as if he were a drunk, quote unquote. His family sued and won a substantial judgment against the city. This is just another example of how poorly run the city is and so many valuable services that the citizens need, and they're just not getting.
And so why can't we get the district to do something about it? Well, I mean, a lot of people think it starts at the fire chief.
Well, there are all kinds of problems with a hierarchy inside the fire department. When Marion Barry took over the city, he began to, as a matter of public policy, replace people and replace them with people who really weren't up to the job. And that incompetence, both at the high levels and in middle management, has been maintained over the years through a number of mayors. And the city is now in a degraded state when it comes to the provision of police, fire, and emergency services. And notwithstanding the efforts of Kathy Lanier, who I think is a very good police chief, she can't make up for years of bad hiring. Look at this person, 28-year veteran. Maybe she just had a bad day, but somebody's dead because of it.
Yeah. Joe DiGenova, our guest at 8:35 is going to be D.C. Councilmember Muriel Bowser. She wants to be the new mayor. We are going to ask her about the hiring practices of Mayor Gray and how she might be able to turn this ship around. Always good to have you, Joe DiGenova. Happy Monday, sir.
Thanks, guys. Take care.